Howdy, beautiful people. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, September 12th in my world. I'm a little jazzed this morning. I stayed up till midnight last night, guys. I guess that's my new adventure, right? No, I'm not going to stay up till midnight as a regular routine, but I did. It was a very productive till midnight. I was on the phone with one of my girlfriends, God, for over 2.5 hours. Yeah, and I'm going to see her within the next month. So we had a lot of catching up to do, and we're looking forward to our visit when I get out to Denver. So, and I was productive. I cleaned my house a little bit while we were talking. My television is broken, and this comes a couple weeks after I gave away. I've had two spare TVs forever, and I just gave them away because I'm trying to downsize and find good homes for all my property as I anticipate for next year and moving into the RV. And it's definitely less overwhelming if I do it a little at a time, right? And there was actually a good need for I was under the impression there was a good need for where I sent the televisions. It turned out that it wasn't so super, but that doesn't matter. One of them found their way to Kai's house, which makes me happy that Kai got one. So it's all good. But anyway, so not having a TV as a crotch, and this goes to show you how limited my time is. When I was talking to my girlfriend last night, she recommended a show to me. She's like, well, do you have Netflix? And I'm like, yeah. I said, but the TV's broken. And she's like, you can watch it on your phone. I've never even thought of that. And there's so much content on my phone from all these groups I'm in and all these beautiful people I'm surrounded with that I already feel like I don't have enough time to consume it all. Like, the television for me is sometimes a tool to fall asleep, and really, with the exception of Shameless, which I will admit, I watched the whole next season once it was released, like in the matter of a couple days. But other than that, the only show I watch is Shark Tank, because I want to learn more about how they operate, because I intend on being on that show someday. And I started from episode 1, and I'm going to watch every season, every episode. And as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to go back to the beginning, and I'm going to start all over and do it again. And I'm going to prepare myself the best way that I can for when I could be on the show. So, the moral of the story, though, was I think that the universe is like, Bobby, I'm going to break your TV just in case you're tempted to slack off this week, because you got a pretty hefty to-do list. And I'm okay with that. I deep cleaned, scrubbed my bathroom last night, and I am working in my office because I really want to make it presentable. I mean, someday I really should be like a YouTube podcaster where the episodes are on YouTube, so I can, reach that audience as well. But I can't do it the way that this room has been. So no day job, more other things getting accomplished. Okay, who's ready for the reading now that I've totally done my circles at the beginning of the show? I haven't pre-read it, so I will stumble. What else is new? Order is a lovely thing. On disarray it lies its wing, teaching simplicity to sing. That was supposed to rhyme. That was from Anna Hempstead Branch. Order is a lovely thing. On disarray it lays its wing, teaching simplicity to sing. Okay. There's a spiritual quality about order. Okay. Sometimes this is a little creepy when I tell you a story and then I read the reading after telling you the story and they connect. Okay. Sorry, I digressed again. Even scientists who are atheists have come to believe in God when they study the order of nature in the universe. Is there any greater spiritual experience than watching a beautiful sunset or seeing the infinite number of stars in the sky at night? Order in our lives helps us relax and think and plan creatively. We tend to be more serene and hopeful when there is order rather than when there is chaos. OMG, you're describing my room. And when we recognize our place in the order of nature in the world, we begin to have a sense of belonging to something greater than ourselves. We know now we are children of God with a special place in the world. Today, I thank you for the order you have created in my life. Well, uh, so this is definitely the overarching version of order as we get into recovery, and it's not the for for me. I don't know why, and you guys know I don't remember a lot of details and stuff very well. But there are certain moments that stick out for me, and one of the moments in my gambling heyday was, and this has to be, God, a good 7 years ago, 8 years ago now. I had gambled more than my means over the weekend. I can't even remember if it was at poker or the casino or what I was doing. And I get to work, and one of my, you can call her a gambling friend because we played poker together before. She's been over for family poker. She loves to gamble too. She loves the casino. I love the casino, But we were more than that too. She's one of the friends that supports my recovery, even though she still gambles. I don't judge that. She doesn't judge me for quitting. It's just beautiful. And because we had that, like we both knew each other's kind of secret, I can remember us being in the lobby at work and me asking her for like $500 or $600 because the way that it had to be the casino, now that I'm talking through it, because they gave you this card, and this card was connected to your checking account, but there was a delay. So I used to manipulate the delay, which, oh, by the way, if you're unclear, it's technically stealing because I didn't have the money. Whenever you bounce something, especially intentionally, it's stealing. So I had to borrow this money from her to cover the fact that it was going to come out of my account. I didn't have to borrow, but I did borrow. And she rescued me. And that's one of the things that I probably was lucky I didn't get in more trouble, because I did have some amazing friends and people in my life, but also a very creative mind when it came to figuring out money. It still blows my mind how I could lose thousands and thousands of dollars in a casino in one night and somehow still figure out how to be okay along the way, like still get the bills paid. It was really bizarre because I didn't have those thousands and thousands of dollars. However, if I needed a medical procedure or my car needed tires, there was not a chance in hell I was spending, any money on those things. That was just such a big waste of money. Who cares if I'm safe or alive, right? That's the chaos. That's where I was going with this. It was that chaotic way of living. Like the feelings that you have when you're trying to figure out where the money's coming from. Then if I had asked someone who wasn't a gambler to bail me out in that case, they might not have connected the dots, or I might have been forced to lie. Like I've told you before, I don't like lying. It's not something that is in my wheelhouse whenever I can help it. I'm sure I've done my share of it, when I was gambling, and a lot of it in hindsight was lies of omission. However, I just don't like lying. So I liked having a person I could ask and be honest with in this case that could relate. However, if I wasn't in that position, I can see very easily how people cross that line into, stealing, embezzling, all those things. It's because you're desperate and you're living in that chaos that this reading's talking about. When we're in recovery, or at least trying to live our best life and practicing the GA, the principles in all our affairs, or just whatever methodology that you're doing to heal and nurture your mental self, your physical self, your spiritual self, that chaos slips away. And I'm sure we could talk for hours about the other extreme. As our personalities and our bodies are used to that chaos, what could happen and why certain outcomes happen, or why we're still chasing action in recovery until we get to slow down our thinking. And like I said, that could be a whole other 5 episodes. But it's important that we express gratitude and feel grateful for that chaos going away. But I guess even before that, we have to recognize that the chaos is going away. And this reading, thanks God for it. I thank the universe for it. And as I was saying, I thought the universe kind of broke my TV so that I can get rid of some of this, because that's a big mission for me this week. I have a lot of meetings and a lot of loose ends to tie up, and I want to get my computers organized and my apartment organized so that when I come back from my trip, so here's the thing, right? I'm organizing my house and my computers and all my things. My trip is about organizing my mind, right? I can't neglect my brain and my thinking and my mind. And that's a big part of what this journey is going to be about, is collecting my thoughts, figuring out what the next 6 months looks like. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's winter, and I'm going to have to hunker down for winter. Like, this trip is my summer. My whole summer rolled into 1 month. And it's going to be a reset to make sure there's not chaos. Because right now, I still have lingering day job stuff. I'm still going to worry about things because I took pride in my work. I'm going to still worry about my boss because I love her as a person. There's loose ends. There's a lot of friends that have, like things to do with what I did, and I don't like creating extra work for them. There's just transition and change, right? Like, we have to acknowledge transition and change. There's my friendships and relationships. Like, I didn't get to say goodbye to people because we're in COVID craze. So there's all of that. And that's kind of still, I think that's still taking place a little in my head and my body, my heart. So I need to like clear the field of that. And then I also need to be very mindful and strategic about what I want to accomplish next, because that's where I'm at. So when I come back in, I'm going to be back in the zone. I'll be working as hard as I'm going to work this week because I have freaking appointments. Gosh, from as early as 7 a.m. until 9 o'clock at night, a lot of days this week. But let me also tell you this though. Tuesday, even though I have 2 appointments that are work related, I did block myself off. I am going to get my nails done. I am going to another beauty appointment that I won't give you the details on, but I'm doing a self-care day is the moral of the story. And I want to feel good for my trip. And I haven't had nails on for a few weeks now. And I thought I could try growing them and stuff, but I really don't like the way it looks. But this is one of those things, as I continue to evolve, I can see myself getting rid of them forever because of the chemicals, the toxins. And, I enjoy having nails on. I hate the process, but I enjoy having nails on. And I thought I would give them up now that, knowing that I was quitting my job. I thought I would, stop the expense and the stuff. But you know what? I'm worth the freaking $100, guys, a month. Like, I'm worth it. So they make me feel good. I can't wait to have them back. I'm tired of breaking nails and all that good stuff. Anyway, but the point is, I'm giving myself a self-care day. Because again, because I have such an action-packed week next week, it'll be the chaos of the meetings and the thinking and whatever. I need a day to be in the Bobby world, even in the midst of it. Even though I'm getting ready to go on a month-long journey, it's all good. It's important. And that's how this is the whole oxygen mask thing, right? Like, so I'm taking care of myself so that I can serve you, so that I can serve my Workify clients, so that I can do what I need to do at this next step of my life, that I can let the people that I'm going to see on this trip know how much they mean to me and how grateful I am that they're parts of my life. Like, that's a huge, huge piece of it, as well as I miss these people. Kansas City changed my freaking life. I made so many connections there, that I don't want to. It's not like I moved out of Kansas City, so I leave it alone. Just like when I moved there, I always came back every year to visit my friends in New York and nurture those relationships. And this is all through my gambling career. So it can be done, guys. So give your friends and family some credit too, that they will love you and accept you even after you get rid of the addiction. We can change. And if they're really meant to be in your life, they watch you grow and they love you and they support you and they tell you they're proud of you. And they model you in some cases, whatever that looks like. So you can do the next right thing. I'm trying to tell you this to remove the fear of change, because sometimes that's fearful too. I know I've kind of spun this reading into a whole lot of whatever I was supposed to say, I guess, because the universe tells me what to say to you. That's kind of where my brain is. And some days my message is completely aligned with the reading, and sometimes I go a little off the rails. But I think I'm saying the same thing as the reading anyway. I'm looking down again, and, is there any greater spiritual experience than watching a beautiful sunset or seeing the infinite number of stars in the sky? Now, I feel that way about the mountains. The mountains I'm going to go see in Denver. The mountains I'm going to see in Tennessee. The landscape when I'm driving. Like, I love driving. So this is just, I am so stoked for this. Order in our lives helps us relax and think and plan creatively. So that's what I'm saying. I'm going to be able to come back and it's been insane, the amount of ideas I've had in the midst of all this change and stuff. So I can only imagine when I have like a blank slate, so to speak, and clear it off, what's going to come to me. We tend to be more serene and hopeful when there is order rather than when there is chaos. So back to my lobby story. I don't feel all those feelings that came along with, the anxiety of, can I have money? Who can I ask for the money? Will they say yes? Can I get it in the bank in time? Blah, 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 blah. Like all those things. I don't have any of that, right? Because I'm not gambling. So wow, here's another piece of this. I guess I'm on a roll this morning. I got some coffee, if you couldn't tell. Not only is it, I shouldn't have said that. I lost my train of thought. Sugar. Rather more serene and hopeful when there's order. Yeah, I totally got to listen to what I just said so I can find my train of thought again. I'll be back. Okay, so I went back and I listened, and I cannot remember for the life of me what I was thinking that popped in my head. It's pretty scary. That was 2 thoughts ago. Goes to show you I need to I need to get back in order. Okay. Yeah, since I can't keep my train of thought, I guess I am going to let you guys go. I hope that you have a fabulous weekend. I hope that some of this made sense and that you take some time to eliminate some chaos in your life. I will tell you, it gets better. It always just keeps getting better as long as we do the next right thing. It's crazy. So be grateful, be kind. I love you guys. Talk to you tomorrow.